Your mom said that? Why is your mom so cool?
Such a good actor.
Are you filming?
Mm-hmm.
It's on fire. What a piece of
Ooh, look at that. Smooth as silk.
What a smooth shot for no reason. Ready?
Bearing.
Was it a car farm?
Not really. It was a junior car farm.
Boring.
Only 4 cars. This is a salon.
Salon, buddy. So you want to see the car?
I do. I want to see it.
You want to see it? Hang on, let me turn the camera on so you
Turn
can
it
see
around
it.
so I can see.
The Roadrunner is a road parker. What's wrong with your feet?
The agony of defeat. You know, I've heard that saying.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Ben.
This will probably be part, is it 2 or 3? I don't even know. For the 75 Roadrunner.
Yep.
So in other footage, we got the car running, kind of, right?
Yeah, not very well.
No.
We think rings and or valve issue. Pull the engine, tear it down, and see what we got.
So I had already ordered all the engine rebuild parts. Hopefully everything we need, unless we need valves.
Well, we have rebuilt heads on the shelf.
We have heads?
Yeah, ready to go.
What are they?
They're early heads that we're going to put on the Shelby Dakota, and it didn't fit the valve train. So they were on the Dakota, and then they came right back off, and we never ran them. So they're rebuilt, ready to go.
Are they clean?
And they're early 202 valve. Yeah, they're rebuilt heads. They're brand new.
Okay, well, let's see how fast we can rebuild a LA360.
With heads laying on the shelf.
This has been a quickie farm rebuild where we just honed the cylinders, changed the rings, I got all new bearings.
Oil pump, clean.
Oil pump's probably fine. I don't think I got cam bearings. Whoops.
I might have some.
We'll see.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
Right,
let's
good,
go
let's
grab
go
that
shopping.
car. Yeah.
That's a good deal. That's strange.
I kind of want to do a video on that, like Sleeper Dude did. Him and his family, they built one. You could be my family, Brian. We can build that RV. Watch out for snakes. This one's already got a car farm radiator set up in
I
it.
know, we're already one step ahead of the game.
We know that's not going to fail.
We gotta get the horn working.
Me.
Mom wants to hear the beep beep horn.
Okay, well,
She's like, it's not a Roadrunner unless it has a beep beep horn.
your mom said that? Why is your mom so cool?
She knows these things.
I found a whole bottle of starting fluid. Oh yeah, in the RV. All right, we filled the bowl. I think I filled the bowls up. I spilled gasoline into the bowls. Brian put some gasoline in the tank. So hopefully we'll get something going on here. Ready? I'm gonna dry you out. So it's all a choke. You want no choke? Maybe. That might be the problem. Alright, we got fuel coming in now. Go ahead. It's on fire. Hang on. Don't pump it. It's on fire right now. Just still on fire. Almost out. All right. I knew that was gonna happen.
Leave the battery thing on.
All right. Needs some work. What a piece of shit.
Why would you ever want to repaint?
I know, it runs great. It needs no work. Does it have brakes? All right, that's good.
No brakes.
All right.
Every time you touch the gas pedal, it backfires and stalls. I mean, when it runs right, it runs really good for like 2 seconds.
About 2 seconds. That's all you need.
Well, obviously, I got it in here. No?
We're about to wipe out this other B body.
Yeah.
That's right. They're both B bodies, Brian. A lot of people hate this car.
I could have married the two.
Yeah, but they're the same car underneath, folks.
Yeah.
This car's cool. This car's not. They're,
One looks good.
what, 3 years difference? 2 years difference. Same body. Okay, well, so what are we going to do? We're just going to jerk this out?
We're going to bang this out. We're
Let's
gonna
bang
pull
it
the
out.
radiator so that we don't damage it.
Wow, we can get those anywhere. It's a Jeep radiator. It's what it's designed for.
Perfect. It's actually perfect.
It did fit in there nicely. Okay, let's do it. All right, Brian, the engine's out.
The engine is out. Looking good.
Looking real good. It's been out
Looks
before.
like it's didn't run that much since it was painted. For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, it should be perfectly fine. It was just painted, right? Not too long ago.
It was probably painted outside the car, which means somebody did
something.
on the stand. Get the heads off today.
Let's take your heads off.
Pretty late, but we're on a mission.
You want to? Oh, you're gonna spin it over right now?
Well, I thought we heard it. We thought we heard
I-
clicking sound.
I
We didn't
thought
know
I
if that
heard
was a bell
something.
housing thing.
I don't know if it was bell housing, which it wasn't doing when it was running.
It's enough to hear it.
We could probably lower this. I heard compression.
Yeah, feels like it. Well, let's just put on the stand.
Let's put it on the stand.
I think it's just
Sign, Nick. I don't know. This is not time lapse, but
smooth as silk.
what a smooth shot for no reason. Well, it's not hanging level, that's for sure.
The water runs out the front. All right, so we gotta get the valve covers off. They're loose.
They're loose, they're ready to go. Took the quick spins off.
I do like those, huh?
I don't like them because they're leaking like crazy. That side was. All right, well, it smells. I smell a smell that smells smelly.
Yeah, I want the intake off. You guys get that. Get the bolts for that.
I mean, you guys. Was that? What do you mean by you guys?
Get set up. We'll knock out the intake and
Bang it out.
See what the bang off the intake and get the head down.
All right, so we're gonna take the heads off and look for damage.
Right.
You think there's some damage in there?
I think there's something going on.
Something going on. Something bad going on.
Hopefully, it's just rings.
Hopefully the block's not cracked. What if the block's cracked? What do? We got one?
Not a good one.
Not a good 360?
You have a good 340.
We do have a good 340, I think.
Pretty good.
That runs back, runs the wrong way.
Runs backwards.
But they take the same cam though, does they?
Yeah, the cam we're going to put in this came out of a 340.
Get the intake off. What are we
looking at?
looking at the
We had
camshaft?
a bad lifter over
We
in
did?
one of these. Which one was it? Yeah, it was that one.
It's this one, and you can see it's got a big old.
See, it's got a crack in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
And then this thing's not in the right spot exactly.
It's a flip top
Yeah.
convertible. So we
It was this hole, I think.
is one of those two.
We're suspecting the cam's not good because we found this.
Yeah.
So the lifter wasn't spinning.
They're not spinning, but I don't see it eating.
No.
But this one I think has. Oh, maybe not. I thought I saw something in that lobe, but it actually
They
looks.
look pretty low-y, huh?
They do look low-y. Do you want to? Do we have a?
Yeah, I have that.
You spin this over.
I'll spin it. You do.
Okay, got it. That's a two. That's a two-hander.
Pull the spark plugs out.
I know the plugs are still in it.
If we hear blow-by coming out the bottom, huh?
Well, I think you'll have that. All the valves are closed.
Pretty high lift cam. What do you think?
Look at that. 5 million lift.
I know it is.
A purple cam. I think I see some red paint on that lobe right on the inside of the bearing of the journal. Oh, that's the no, that is the cam.
It probably doesn't have many miles on it. So why does the lifter not spin?
Maybe it was cracked when they put it in.
Maybe.
I'm actually really quite surprised that lobe's not.
Trashed.
Yeah, I thought for sure. Do you think we should change the cam anyway? We'll see what the specs are on it.
Yeah, see what it looks like.
It's got like red paint on the inside of the.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if that tells us what it is or if we got to guess. I'm not a cam guy.
We run it rich.
Are we caring about the order of these lifters? Are we putting you got a lifter set and a cam?
We have a lifter set and a cam that we'll pop it in.
This is good. Look at this, perfect. Dude, this looks brand new.
Well, you can keep them in order, just in case.
Nope, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And everybody's going to freak out. And I'm going to bet. They're going to wipe out your cam. No. No, you're not. If you had no oil in it, maybe. But they're not that. If they're so married to each other, that means they're worn to each other.
Right.
And there's nowhere they're not worn to each other. That's not a problem.
You got a Ziploc bag, but we'll just throw all these in a bag or another tub or something.
These are nice.
Right on the table there, right in the middle. Can we get a baggie? Ziploc bag.
Got that plastic bin. That'll work.
Come up a little bit.
Moment of truth. Oh.
Interesting. This piston has 2 notches. This one has 1. That other front one has 2.
That one has one. One big one. What's that about?
I don't know. In my bag, bud. You have a place? Over here.
You're losing your head now. Ooh, a little rich on this side.
The plugs look really black on that side.
So do the pistons. So do the heads. Go back, go back, go back.
How's the cam look?
I thought I felt a piston move. Go back and forth. Go back down. Stop. Moved.
Good.
Go back down. Ready?
Bearing.
Bearing. That's one bearing.
Hopefully we're not sending the crank out.
That's not enough to... Not that. That's slight.
Something really wrong.
We didn't even look at the head yet. All right, Brian, we're looking at the heads today.
Yeah, so we tore it down yesterday and we kind of bugged out. And now we're looking at the cylinder heads. We're noticing a couple things. One, these exhaust gas recirculation ports, there's a little nub in there. It's hard to see. And it picks up exhaust gas and it runs it out this hole into a tube assembly that was around the engine, or it was in the exhaust manifold, which they got rid of that with the header.
The header doesn't cover that hole.
Header doesn't really cover that hole very well, so it was just leaking exhaust out. Some of them appear to be plugged and some of them don't. That was one thing, but I think the main running issue is looking like the intake looks like it was sealed pretty good here, where the gasket's blue. And here it looks like it was really not sealing at all.
And that's kind of how it ran.
Yeah,
it ran
we
like...
couldn't get manifold vacuum, and we couldn't really tune the carburetor or the timing or anything. We couldn't get anything to go right.
We had low compression though.
And we did have low compression, so there's probably something else going on, like rings. But
so here's the tower of power.
I think even with low compression, it would have ran
better.
It would have been tunable.
Tunable, yeah.
It wouldn't have run great, but it would have been tunable.
We probably wouldn't even worried about the compression as much if it wasn't so terrible. Yeah.
Pistons are flat top, pretty much.
That one,
a little bit of a dish.
Yeah, I noticed that, and I also noticed that other one got a little slop in the push on it. You gotta get it on the downstroke.
Ready? Didn't do anything.
I did it yesterday. Did it fix itself overnight?
It probably did. I think they do that. There.
You heard it?
I heard it.
I was very slight though.
Yeah.
So
when we pull the crank, we'll look for a bearing issue there.
Actually, hopefully it's the bearing and not a wrist pin. You know.
On fire several times yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had fires coming out the breather when we first got it running. That was before we changed this pump. So we knew there was a lot of gas in there.
We changed it well after that?
No. Never. But the cam survived. I thought for sure, I was like, that thing's already junk.
Right.
It's not. It's fine.
Once we get it out, we'll get a closer look. But I think it looks good. And all the lifters look good except for the one bad
Except for that one. Yeah. Weird, huh?
And our new water pump doesn't sound that good either. So we may get a new one of them.
All right.
Yeah, I think we should pull the fuel pump, pulleys, timing stuff, and maybe the timing's off a bit.
Yep. I'll set the camera up and we'll time lapse that. I'll go grab the impact and zip, 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 zip.
I'll just work at the water pump.
All right. All right, Brian. Well, you went out and got your coffee. You yanked the pan and flipped her over, and that was the first thing I noticed.
I don't like the screen.
Screen's kind of looks like it's getting sucked in there for some reason, and looks like there's crapola in there.
Yeah.
You got a poker? Travel with me, Brian, to the pan of oil down yonder. In here, you can feel it. It's like I just went to the. Oh my God!
I think that's crude oil.
Oh my God! The engine's torn down, Brian. What do we find?
Oh, we found a lot of this. Broken top rings. Almost all of them.
Almost all of them have broken.
We have 1, 2, 3. 3 that weren't broken.
All right.
We did find one bearing, one rod bearing that was kind of coppery looking. More so than others.
The mains are pretty tired.
Mains are pretty tired on the
bottom. Oh, number 8 was hammered, I think.
Yeah, so you can see quite a bit of a copper tint to that.
It's not the worst I've seen, but...
No, it's not like mashed, and it's not got too much metal going through it.
When Brian was spinning the engine over, when we first took the heads off, I would push on a piston, I heard a click. So we really expected to find that. I'm kind of happy to find broken rings, because that explains a lot.
Explains a lot. So we know the engine was probably rebuilt at some point, because if you look right there, can you see that? 1182.
I do actually have that in focus, yes.
Okay, and then...
Oh, are those 20 under?
Yeah, they look like they're 20 because I don't see STD on them. This is 4 of 82, 10.
Oh my god. Alright, I ordered all useless bearings, Brian. That sucks.
All stock stuff, huh?
Hey, be careful with that. I can reuse that.
No, we're not using that one. That one's very coppery. See copper?
Pretty good.
It looks nice.
There's a couple of spots, but nothing to be.
So it was rebuilt in the 80s, probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Run your finger across this top surface of the ring.
It's like it's folded over.
Yeah, ring's going like this all the time.
In and out.
And it wears this surface right here. All right, so here we go. We're doing the 75 Roadrunner, 360 small block Chrysler, engine rebuild, sort of hand-honed. Looks pretty good. A little bit of ridges at the tops, just on the bottom now. And then, so now we're gonna put new freeze plugs in. We're gonna put new main bearings in. And we're gonna put all this, that's good, back on. There we go. Alright, all the main bearings are in. You should feel the weight of the shaft, but not really any mechanical resistance. Then you torque it down to the factory spec, and that really shouldn't change. So you can see it rolls over pretty good. It doesn't really free spin, but it rolls over nice. Snug, or if you feel resistance, then you have to take it apart and figure out. But this feels good, so we're going to go with that.
Back together. What'd you do, Brian?
I painted.
You did what now?
I painted it.
You painted it and it's rebuilt. That's all you got to do to rebuild these things.
All we did was tear it down. We found 5 pistons with broken compression rings.
Yeah, the top ring on all of, on 5 of the cylinders, which naturally we had low compression, so we knew something was up.
And this bank, for some reason, every cylinder on this bank, all the ring gaps were lined up in a row.
Really? I didn't know.
Which is weird. It didn't happen on this bank, but it happened on that bank. But that
coincidence.
And that one did burn a lot of oil, if you remember.
She was a smoker. Well, I thought because the rings were broken, but this side did burn more oil. So we thought we were going to find like carnage and broken valves and burnt valves. Like we thought the cam was going to be smoked, and that actually looks really good. And we only had to replace that one lifter.
One lifter that was broken, and we did a lap the valve job, new valve seals.
Yep. So it's a farm fresh rebuild with all new bearings except for the rear cam bearing because Brian's lazy.
Right.
The valves are lapped. These are just 360 heads.
All new freeze plugs.
New freeze plugs.
And one was really rough.
Yeah.
It was good. Good that we did it. And then, we rebuilt the carburetor before.
Yep.
We did find that leak probably at the bottom of the intake manifold across all the intake ports. So we're going to try to not have that happen this time.
Yeah, hopefully this intake will sit down in that wedge just right, because we're worried about there's a real thin surface between the bottom of the intake runner and the head lining up. You wanna lift that up, Brian?
No, you can kind of see it right there. You can see there's a little more gap here, right here, and it's touching here. So I think the V's are not parallel.
Oh, I hate it when the V's aren't lined up. That's what I was gonna say was what I was talking about though was this is a dual plane Edelbrock. Is this a Performer? It is. So on that intake, this is what we were talking about. If this doesn't sit down in there right, you're going to get a leak between the cylinder head and this. This actually looks a little more meaty than...
And then you get bad idle.
Bad idle, which is what we had. And that wasn't because of the 5 out of 8 broken top rings.
No, that was all Brian. so then we did take the oil pump drive out.
Yep.
We stuck a drill tool in there, and we had not very much drill speed. We had 70 pounds oil pressure.
Instant pressure. That was weird.
It came right up.
It was weird. Like almost not even a rotation, and it goes whoop, and you got pressure. And we made sure to rotate the cam so that we had, and the crank to make sure that we had, because they're chained together. By the way, new timing set on there too. It was a little sloppy, the one that came out. So we're gonna try to jam this back
put it
in
in
here.
the car today and maybe hit the key.
Maybe hit the key. I gotta get a starter though.
Yeah.
I want to put that big Haas of a starter motor back in. All right, let's get to going and let's pray that it works out.
It'll work out.
It should be fine. It's in LA. What could go wrong? I go away for a day or two and this thing ends up here. Another 75 Fury. It's not a Roadrunner, but it is a Roadrunner. Brian.
Yeah. How we doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
There's an engine in the bay.
There's engine in the bay. Today we're going to hook up accessories.
We're going to accessorize.
We're accessorizing this thing. And then we're going to do all the ignition stuff.
So the
stuff.
There's a donor out front, I see.
Yeah, treasure.
Treasure donor.
Yeah, 76.
Oh, that's a 75. That's a 76.
I thought it was 75 too, but the title says 76. I don't know really if there's much difference.
You know what else is a 76 model?
What?
Me.
Oh, you're in better shape than the Fury.
Oh, thank you. All right, so we have the 360.
It's a good donor for accessories because the accessories were kind of cobbled together.
Oh my God!
Some of that was in some of the early video stuff that we did on the car water pump and alternator. And
that's how we broke the radiator.
That's how we broke it. Yeah.
The pulley just leaned off when he was taking, and it just touched the radiator and sprung a leak. So now it gets a Jeep Grand Cherokee radiator, which
is kind of good for us.
It's a better radiator.
One on the road.
Yep.
Just go buy one.
Yeah, so we got to get this car done because we got to drive it here in a couple weeks. So the intake is installed and wedged in there and torqued to 40 foot libs.
40 pounds of torque. I mean, it's a big bolt, but I didn't think the
40,
would be torqued, but it is.
Well, hopefully she won't leak anymore.
We did put a little bit of sealer on the intake. Got a rebuilt power steering pump.
Oh yeah, is it gonna leak?
Of course, they don't give you a new tank or pulley, so it looks just like the old one.
I know. Actually, the one on the Farm Tona leaks around the cans get bent, and there's an O-ring around here, here that leaks when the cans get tweaked.
I think this one was leaking at the main shaft.
At the main, yeah.
That we got a new pressure hose.
How much do you want to bet one of us is gonna forget to tighten that motor mount, especially because I'm filming it? We're still gonna forget it.
You can't forget now. It's on video.
I just said we're gonna forget it anyway. Forget about it.
Do that as soon as you put the camera down.
That was a day we've been working on the car there, Brian, and it looks like you got everything slammed together. I did nothing under the hood.
No radiator hoses yet.
No radiator, but the trans-cooler line is hooked up.
Trans-cooler lines are both hooked up, so we shouldn't make too big a mess. New power steering line.
That's shiny. New. Look at somebody painted the accessories.
Ben painted the accessories.
What a nice job.
Oh, Ben.
What are you pointing at?
New brake.
Oh, master cylinder. Nothing in it though.
Air brakes.
It's air brakes. So everything's just slapped in here.
No throttle linkage yet.
Right, I was working on electrical gremlins inside, and I thought we were going to find a bad amp meter gauge because all the power goes through there, and it's actually fine. It's just everything individually broke at the same time, including this. You didn't see this yet, Brian. Come look at this gear.
Oh, I think I might have one of those.
Are you kidding?
No.
All right, so it chewed up this that gear pretty good.
Yeah, I have them.
You have these in stock, do you?
Yeah, I think.
All right, but put a Dodge Daytona headlight switch in here. It's the same switch. Actually, the Daytona has one extra provision for probably turning map lights on or anything, but we actually did get dash lights working. That's a first. Look at that. Even that control works down there. Just one by one. Power seat does work. It's just that the motor's all, of course, dried up and jammed, and one of the switches is broke, but it does work. So things are slowly starting to work. The engine is farm fresh, right?
Farm fresh. Fresh paint.
Fresh paint. Yeah, it's a
Fresh
paint
spark
rebuild.
plugs, fresh paint. I don't know.
Those wires are going to be nice and fresh. Hopefully we got the firing order right. Maybe not. Maybe not. So
might be right.
we both got to get out of here, but we're going to see if it'll fire real quick. So the key is on.
Key's on. I poured a little bit of gas in the carburetor.
We got some gasoline, and it smelled funny too, by the way. I don't know where you got that gas from. Oh, there was a big gas can I left over there.
It wasn't out of there.
Okay, the gas can I left over there by the batteries, all old gas.
Right.
All right, so but I'm going to hit the little tricky do here.
Okay.
You ready?
I don't know, should I give it a pump?
Yeah, a pump. So all you did was dump some fuel in the front, but you didn't do any in the back bowl.
Right.
You ready?
Yep.
I'm ready for this thing to blow up in my face. Here we go. First crank. Will it? Boom. No. Come on, man. Starting fluid. There you go. Brake clean. That's like starting fluid. I'm wondering about spark.
It doesn't.
Ready?
Yep.
Now are you ready? Yeah! Guess what? Still made that same ticking it did before we.
Well, the lifters are not pumped up.
Yeah. Well, an oil pressure gauge conveniently sitting right here. We also have some vacuum leaks. We're gonna have one right here, and we're gonna have one in the front. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's get that backfiring thing going on like it did
Yeah, it
before.
sure does. We're pumping gas from the tank, by the way.
Oh, good. It's flooding.
Yeah, well, this stuff dries it out, so hold the throttle open. What'd you say?
No hand.
No.
Hitting.
Yeah, I heard it. I think it's hitting that
Transmission
trans line
fluid
over there.
lines, yeah.
The one on the bottom? Oh, one on the bottom. I can see it. Push it down.
Push it down. I need a bracket. Huh, that's good. We don't have any water in it.
All right, yeah. So it fired and ran for a second.
Pumping gas from the tank.
Pumped gas. Didn't sound real smooth, but
Did he?
we had no timing light on it. We just.
Yeah,
Kinda-
that's literally where the distributor was.
You want to check the runners real quick? I have a thing, but temp probe, but this will work.
That one's hot. That one's hot. That one's hot.
Oh, they're all 4 hot on this
All
side.
hot.
Okay, good.
Probably firing on 8 cylinders.
Hopefully it'll fire on 8 cylinders, and we, like I said, we do have probably some vacuum leaks. There's one there, but I guess maybe we'll finish it up maybe tomorrow. that, Brian, the car is together. We think it runs good enough for a test drive. What do you think?
It's good enough for a test drive.
We got to get to the. We got like 2 days.
2 days.
We're gonna lose the shop again.
And we want to paint.
I was gonna.
It's not ready for body and paint.
It needs body and paint work in next day or two. It's fine. We could do that before, but lucky for us, somehow, Brian, you came across another one of these turds. Well,
Yeah,
kind of.
Look at this. We happened to cross it, literally.
Paths have crossed.
So we had to go clean up this farm, some vehicles and stuff. And
Was it a car farm?
Not really. It was a junior car farm.
Boring.
Only 4 cars. But this was one of them. So
Well, she's a real
it's a
beauty.
76, so it's pretty close to a 75, and it's a small block. And it's got the same header panel, grill, all that.
Same
Headlight
nose.
mess.
Has Roadrunner potential.
It does have maybe some same wiring harnesses for down the road.
Well, I could tell that the engine harness is different. I think. I know that the
Some stuff.
pump over here is different, but then there's other stuff back there that's the same.
Yeah.
And it's in LA, but it's a 318.
318 had the big alternator, so it donated
Yeah.
brackets. Donated a lot of stuff. Really.
I wanted to make it run, and now
We can still make it run.
I wanted to make it drive, but there's a little problem in the back.
Oh.
So the springs on this are uniquely
They're easy
placed.
to work on.
Yeah, there's one of the springs.
This is the back of the rear leaf spring. Came right up through that hole.
Yeah, so there would be a frame rail under there, but it peeled it all back.
Right here. See?
This one's wanting to do the same thing.
Starting to do it.
So this car last plated in 95. I was in high school.
They said it never moved since he stopped driving it. Not even around the farm. Parked it and that was it.
Yeah, it's too bad because I wanted to make this a Hazard County cop car.
Yeah. That was a thought.
I know. Oh, look at that. Still got the factory ready. See that? Concourse ready.
Yeah. F7 blue. Yep.
That's funny. So we gotta drag this car obviously out of the way.
I don't feel too bad taking parts off it.
I almost did because it's all
It was all here. Like
yeah, it's
every
complete.
part was on.
Even the Pontiac wheel covers.
Yeah. It's a salon.
Salon, buddy. Neutral or park. That it needs adjusted. Does it have that much converter?
Makes me feel like you're hanging up a little bit.
Well, you gotta get your foot off the pedal. You pulling the pedal back up? Oh, he's adjusting his mirror. I'm gonna come back and fix the sunroof here in a minute. almost 20 years. A little bit of a pimpling to it. I think we're going to adjust the torsion bar in the left front. It only sounded like one. Don't forget to lift up on the brake. All right, Ryan, that was the first test drive, I guess.
First test drive.
How was it?
It wallows.
Oh no.
It handles pretty terrible. Pulls a little bit.
I hate when
Brakes
they handle
feel
terrible.
Pretty good. Oh, how fast were we going? It said
I wasn't
60.
looking.
Oh,
We weren't doing 60.
okay.
But all right, we'll figure out the speedometer. But
we need to check.
kick down cable.
I'm probably gonna need kick down because it doesn't seem to shift into first. I don't know if that's an adjustment. You can't manually shift it into first either because the shifter doesn't go that far. It doesn't. Travel.
Doesn't seem to go all the way into park. I thought maybe it would go into first.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, we'll have to look at all that. But ran good.
It ran good. The header's smoking pretty good, and we still had smoke coming out the one tailpipe. Something leaking over there?
Something might have leaked over here. I don't know if it was water. At one point I saw.
Did we puke? Oh, right there.
Oh, the dipstick.
What do you think, engine-wise? What's your feel all right?
Ran cool. Never came above. No, the temperature never moved once it got up to warm.
It's because I didn't hook up the gauge.
Oh, so that's good. What you don't know won't hurt you.
Exactly.
Oil pressure stayed wherever it always stays. And
the carburetor part stayed right in the carburetor parts holder.
Yeah, warmer. That's a carburetor part warmer now. Huh. No, it's a shame it doesn't handle a little bit nicer.
Well, I didn't
that before. I don't know if there's a place to tuck that in.
All right, so we got to figure out what's going on with the trans, of course, right? Because
I would say if we get the transmission to work the way it should,
yep,
it's good.
Good enough.
Then
How bad is how sloppy is the handling? It's not a steering box.
sloppiest car I've driven in a long time.
Oh, you drive junk, so that's not good. Worse than the Commando?
It makes the 3,000. Oh, it's on par with the Commando. Makes the 300,000 mile Jeep look like a dream.
I don't want steering to be. I hate loose cars.
You can steer with the rear axle a little bit.
Yeah, so how's the power?
Power's pretty good, actually.
I saw you do a little Bernie. I didn't get it on film, but
Yeah, I didn't want to go too crazy with it because I didn't know what all was going to.
I didn't know if it was going to shift or not, Yeah. All right. Don't mind my temporary choke setup. Yeah, don't worry about that.
That's worth wiring.
Yeah, it does work. I hooked it up with the car key on earlier and just to get warm, and I cranked her all the way lean. So
I should hang this up high like this so I can see.
So you see when you run out of gas. Well, actually, that is kind of
not good.
No, we might be sucking.
Well, we are. Well, we might be sucking air.
Because we got to fix the line real quick. All right, let's crack into it real quick and see what we can't correct further.
Mm-hmm.
The hood's on the car, Brian.
The hood's on.
But it's sanded. Why is the car sanded?
Car's sanded, but the hood's not.
What's that in your hand?
Paint.
What are we doing?
We're testing paint
We have to be at the rally tomorrow.
tomorrow night. Well, it wouldn't be a Ben and Brian project if we didn't paint the car right before we leave.
That's right. Don't forget to make those ideas grandiose and unattainable.
All right, sand the hood, the roof, mask it.
We got a new sunroof installed.
Got new sunroof glass.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks to Bruce.
Oh, yeah, see something too.
What? What do you see?
Key. Trunk. Oh, hey, the beep beep horn works.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't like that. That makes the horn work.
Okay, well, that was unintentional, but things just suddenly. This car's a pile, but one by one is able to make things. Yeah, things are. Ooh.
Totally restored.
It is restored, and the Fury donated this.
Yeah.
Concourse, buddy.
Pretty clean. I got some junk on it, but yeah, it's soft too.
You know what he did in the Mooport? It's got artificial grass in the back.
Yeah, that's kind of cool too. But this is more of a restoration project than the Newport.
What's it smell like in here? Ugh. We'll take that. You give me some RPMs? All right. Woo! All right, don't go blowing her up. We gotta get her ready for the race. That's satisfactory.
Yep.
What do we notice about the transmission, however? What do we learn?
Transmission is lacking the kickdown linkage, which is also the...
There is no throttle pressure sensor lever.
Right.
So
Old school's kickdown linkage, but it's a throttle pressure thing.
So I guess there should be, on most automatics, there'd be a rod going from, or rod or a cable going from the carburetor down to the transmission. So when you step on the gas and you want it to kick down a gear, how does it know how hard you're pushing on the gas pedal? And that's what that rod or the cable will do. But it also adjusts the pressure in the transmission so that if you're running it harder, if you're making more power and RPM, you may need the shift to happen quicker and more firm, or else the overrunning clutch will slip too much and you'll burn out the clutch packs or the overrunning band, right? Is the overrunning band applied to shift speeds, I think?
Yeah.
So
plus you need the pressure.
You need the pressure,
power
yes.
When it does get in gear.
So it's a real quick, easy way to smoke a trans is to not have it. Well, this car doesn't have that. Instead, there's a bracket down. This is 727 torque flight. So down on the transmission, the bar, the linkage for the throttle position or the kickdown is there, but it's into a bracket. Basically, it's hard set. It's fixed. So if you drive this car around now, it's like the transmission thinks you're standing on the gas all the time. So the shifts are really late. Are they firm? I didn't even ride in it, so I don't know.
No, they're not too firm because even with it in the air, it didn't
jerk?
No, the tire, you couldn't hardly tell it was shifting.
Yeah.
Now we have a tach, though, you can tell.
Yeah, you'll see the tachometer drop. It's not like the best responsive tach, but it'll work. way better than brushing it. Well, I thought I could brush it. Brian, we did it. Well,
what time is it? 11:30.
11:30
That's not
ish.
too bad.
Thursday. We should be in Detroit right now.
Good.
We're not.
Right. We're saving money.
We're like 3.5 hours. Yeah, saving money and not sleep. So you want to see the car?
I do. I want to see it.
You want to see it? Hang on. Let me turn the camera on so you
Turn
can
around
see it.
so I can see.
Dun,
There
dun,
it is.
dun. Oh, widescreen.
Widescreen.
Oh my goodness. She
It looks exactly like the picture.
yeah, minus the STP logos.
Yeah.
No time for that. My big-headed number 3
Yeah,
kind of
number
looks like Beavis. No drop shadows. Didn't have time. Brian did play with gradients though.
Yeah, and it's okay.
It's okay.
It's gonna look good in the sun.
If we're going past you at 100 miles an hour and it's
gonna
dark
look
and you
great.
have one eye closed and it's raining, it'll look awesome.
Yeah.
But what a transformation, huh?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
We got a before picture.
Yeah.
I'm sure we do.
Well, it's all in this video.
Solid.
Hey, Brian, why don't you fire her up for me? Let's see how. Let's hit the key.
You think I'm not even gonna get in there?
You can get in it.
Ignition's on.
Oh, sorry. I keep doing that. Oh, baby. Wasn't even a one pumper. Fired right up on the key.
That's the sound of reliability.
That's the sound of 1975 Chrysler fuel crunch. So there might be some stuff in the paint and some bugs.
There might be some rust.
You can't see that from where you are. You can't see that. Not right there. Not right there. But forward, I tell you what, she looks good though going down the road.
It will.
Well, hopefully. And hopefully it handles
goes
it.
down the road.
Yeah, we want to cut it off.
That'll be tech in here.
I even put a modern
Does this
Chrysler
tech
radio.
work?
The tech does work. What are you talking about?
It just can't pour it in my hand.
Oh yeah, don't touch that. Remember, that's the broken one. That's the broken one that works. All right, so we need to. I have a trailer hooked up to my truck, and I'm gonna go home. I don't live here. I'm gonna go home and wait for you, Mr.
What
Brian.
time I get into your house?
As early as you can.
4
So
o'clock?
yeah, just pretend like we're plowing snow.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I'm there at 4, we'll be at Detroit maybe.
If you're there at 4 and there's 0 problems, we'll be in Detroit on time.
Right. The problems will be later.
Hopefully the problems are after Detroit. All we care about is getting to the registration.
We should. What could go wrong?
So hopefully everybody watching this video,
Hopefully we have gears.
yeah, and hopefully you have. Well, it looks like as long as you stay above 55, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody understands that this car, even though the Mopar guys and the paint guys aren't going to be happy probably with what we did, but we don't care. This is just for fun.
Right.
This-
the car was rough.
the
It's
car-
not really valuable.
It doesn't have any floors.
And it just looks better than it did.
It is.
And it didn't cost us. We had all the paint.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't cost.
It didn't cost us much but time.
It cost a lot of heartache and
It was
stress.
fun. We learned how to do a lot of stuff.
The wrong
Look at
way.
that fading.
The fading.
Fading is good.
I-
And we learned how to letter and not letter.
Yeah, yeah. I know. I made stencils, but I know I could do better. But it's supposed to be drop shadow. It's just no time. And I tried to hand paint this to begin with, so didn't work out.
Texture, but it's not that
Yeah, it started reactivating that paint underneath it, so
those runs on me.
no, that was me. So anyway, I don't know. I think it's hilarious.
I think it's gonna look good going down the road.
Going down the road, like I said, with your eyes closed. There's supposed to be a white stripe through here. It's not the right colors, but basically, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're trying to go for the 78 Petty Dodge Magnum.
You want the picture in there?
Yeah, pull that up real quick.
I can pull it up.
I can just put it in the video, Brian.
I know.
I'll just put it in the video. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Doesn't it look exactly the same?
I think it does.
You can't even tell.
Except for the STP stickers.
It's the STP that
We
threw
didn't
it
have
off.
copyright infringement.
Yeah, I don't want to infringe. Oh no, where'd all this rust come from? Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. It's
Don't
gonna
touch
blow
it.
off.
It'll blow off.
That was opening and closing.
All right. Well, I'll see you in the morning, Brian, and we'll start the rally.
Yeah, I'll be at your house by 4.
Jesus.
Maybe. Or I'll call you.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Well, it's about 20 minutes into our drive, and the Roadrunner is a road parker because all of that work and the transmission's gone, huh, Brian?
I think so.
Yeah.
The electric choke's not hooked
The electric choke is not hooked up, but that's not our problem.
up. That's not hurting us at all.
No, it's
I
just
think the shake was the pump going on.
the pump is going. Something's going on, and yeah, there's a shake at speed. Got to pause to talk when there's traffic. Anyway, there's a vibration at speed. I thought it felt like a tire, but luckily we got a bunch of tranny fluid, so hopefully we can get off here at this exit and loop around and go back to my house, Brian. We also only have one headlight, but that's okay. Is that going to be enough?
That's what we got.
Is that all we had?
Oh, yeah. Gallon.
Oh, okay.
That was a full gallon.
How many does it hold? How many gallons does it hold?
2.
What if the converter's not locked in? Remember all that problem I had with it? Walk of shame, Brian.
I'm getting cramps.
Oh.
It is kind of a walk of shame, but it does look good in the front yard.
So,
From this far away, it looks good.
yeah, so we didn't make it very far, and we've already updated it, but we were able to limp it, I don't know, probably another,
10 miles.
well, 10 miles from where it broke, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
To my aunt's house. And
2 gallons of fluid.
yeah, she's thirsty. She's leaking fluid like crazy. And this has nothing to do with the throttle lever or the kick down. There's something else going on with it, and it's just leaking. Looks like it's leaking out the front
It
pump.
looks like the front pump seal is
Yeah.
bad. Now, if the seal just went out, or if something mechanical took it out, we don't know.
Right. So, but that gave us some ideas. So we're gonna load up the old number 43 and get her back home, and then decide what to do. It's fine. It's fine. The rain. Oh, keep coming. Hang on. Right there. What'd you say that was?
The agony of defeat.
What's wrong with your feet?
The agony of defeat. You know, you've heard that saying.
You've been sitting on your butt all day.
I know.
My back is. I have the agony of the back.
Right. From that straight up seat in the back.
We're closing out the video, Brian.
Closing out the video.
Yeah.
So here we are back at the farm.
It's exactly where we planned on being in 3 days in the
couple days.
future. Yeah. We time traveled.
In a trailer.
Yeah. So I guess the
I guess we got some ideas.
car failed quite quickly, at least. but not the engine. Engine's good. You said it's better than ever.
Engine seemed to be running good.
So the way this went down was we pushed real hard to paint it not even 24 hours ago.
Right.
And Brian...
Barely 12 hours ago,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, barely.
12 hours ago.
And so in that time, already, the car, Brian drove it. I live like an hour away from you here.
Yep.
He doesn't live here, but...
Gas.
Yeah.
Drove pretty good going up. We found out windshield wipers didn't work. It was no big deal. And headlight was misadjusted.
Yeah.
So it was doing good.
It was the working headlight was misadjusted.
The how was that one was fine. So it was looking good.
It was looking good. He showed up at my house at 4 a.m. 4:17 actually.
4:17, 17 minutes late.
Jumped in the car and headed down the road. Felt a little bit of a shake on the turnpike. Headed towards Detroit. And in case, I don't know if I have it throughout this video, but
70 were shaking.
we were pushing. Yeah, we were pushing to get this car done because we wanted it in the Lemons rally. So we were going to take this car on a road trip, and we took it on a short road trip. And then transmission started acting up as we crossed over
25 miles from your house.
Yeah, Cuyahoga Valley, as we were on the turnpike on 80, crossing over Cuyahoga Valley. We heard a little free rev there for a moment. And what was that about? So, well, she pumped all the trans fluid out of her. And so we were able to get off on 77 and 80. If you're from the greater Cleveland area, you know what I'm talking about. But luckily, I have family not far from there. Right. So we were able to
get coffee and graham crackers.
Yeah, coffee and graham crackers with my Uncle Nino and Aunt Dee Dee.
Yeah.
And then my dad came.
Smell the paint.
Yeah, you smell the paint?
Right here. Stand right here. I can smell it.
I'm in the middle of a video, Brian. Pay attention. Oh. But all in all, the car seems to be pretty good, and we're disappointed, but we have a couple ideas. It's not over yet.
Right.
We'll probably see this one again.
Soon.
Soon?
Well,
maybe.
Oh, I'm thinking Sunday night.
Okay, yeah, you'll see it that day.
Yeah.
So.
And then not so soon.
Yeah, so we had to drop out of the rally that we actually never entered.
Yeah.
So,
I was thinking ahead.
Yeah, so we saved some money there. That would have been costly. And but I've never not finished a rally, and this sucks. It's a transmission, so it looks like the front pump seal's leaking. Torque converter seal.
It appears to come out in the bell housing
It's
area.
peeing
We
all
thought
over.
it was going to leak at the dipstick tube.
Yeah.
We were expecting that. Brought some transmission fluid, and that's what got us off the highway. But
yeah. Otherwise, we'd be on the turnpike still.
It's definitely leaking profusely. So.
Yep. So it looks terrible, but I think the idea isn't terrible. I just
You're
not
just
actually
standing too close.
Yeah, my number 3 still is driving me crazy. My proportions are all wrong. I think because it hits that body line and goes under. Yeah, that's it. No, it almost looks like it's upside down. Maybe it is upside down.
Oh, maybe it is.
That's what it is, you idiot. I put it on upside down. Oh, man. All right. Well, that's what a rush job is. All right. Well, that's it from the car farm for number 40 back upside down 3. And we'll catch you later. It looks like it's warm in there. All right. Well, we know that the rally failed, but let's see if this thing. Oh, yeah. Electric fuel pumps would fix that. Pump it! Oh yeah, the windows rolled down. I fixed those.
Crank it or not?
I think it's a crank it because you got to get gas in there. That's the great thing about these cars. You never know. Is it out of gas or is it flooded? Oop. Yeah! Woo! So the transmission just leaks because, well, you know, turns out maybe that kickdown was an issue after all. But it's going to identify as a Jeep now. You're straight. Uh-oh. right. Yep. It's gonna hit. Yeah. I think it's gonna need a transmission. Yeah, well, she runs and drives-ish. We'll get a transmission slammed in it. That's mine.
One looks just like it. You sure?
You give me the thing. Pull up your brake pedal, sir. Unless you want that parking brake.